Hey, this is Martin. Actually, we're just recording some insights, and a topic came up that I really want to touch on that I don't think our industry discusses. Well, they purposely don't discuss it, which is the purposeful marketing of the plight of the poor coffee farmer while buying from wealthy coffee farmers. And what we have to recognize is, just like any industry, you have different players. Mayorga focuses specifically as much as possible on cooperatives. The reason is because cooperatives are composed of very small, typically very impoverished, indigenous producers that are maybe far removed from the logistics of being close to a mill. You then have kind of these family estates that are very well established, that are part of the byproduct of colonization in our countries years ago, and somehow we're able to, well, they're either part of the colonizing group or they aligned with them, and they're now very wealthy estates and families that own not just coffee farms, but sometimes car dealerships, banks, hotels. And now you have a very interesting new move, which is the expat farmer, I call them, or the investor farmer. You know, either Americans or Europeans, some who may identify as Latino and just claim that they're a coffee farmer, use the plight of the poor coffee farmer to drive people to pay more for their coffee, when basically it's just an investment for them. And frankly, those bother me the most because they're gentrifying coffee producers. Lastly, one that I didn't mention that I should have mentioned is the second one, which is more the family farms that are, you know, working hard, have come up. You know, for example, Max from La Hermosa in Guatemala and his wife and family, you know, local to the area, building a farm, trying to figure out how they can build a mill, incorporating the community through a cooperative model. We just have to recognize that we cannot use the poverty of the small indigenous producer as marketing and then buy from everybody but them. And the specialty coffee industry is very guilty of that, and I think needs to be called out on it. So if you're chasing points, if you're chasing specialty processes, that's great, but then don't pretend to be supporting the poor producer who can't afford to do those things and for whom those processes are a burden and a big risk.